everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today in the lecture of class 12th, I will start a new chapter, that is relation and function. So today I will start relation and functions. Before starting the relation, I will come to the main basic concepts, that is ordered pair, Cartesian product. First is ordered pair. Ordered pair. These basic concepts we have already studied in class 11. What is ordered pair? Ordered, let A and B are two non-empty sets. Then a pair A comma B, A belongs to A and B belongs to B, is known as ordered pair. Ordered pair means two elements in a fixed order. Okay, so this is ordered pair. Now come to the Cartesian product. Cartesian product means the set of all ordered pairs of A and B. That means it is represented by A cross B, and it will equals to A comma B, in which A belongs to capital A and B belongs to capital B. That means the first element related to belongs to the first set and second belongs to second set. Okay, so now come to the relation. This is now what is the definition of relation? What is the definition of relation? A relation are on a set from a. Okay, we will not define it on a set, we will define it on two sets. Okay, a relation are from a non-empty set A to non-empty set B is the subset of Cartesian product. So this is the product A cross B. It is the subset of this Cartesian product. If there are so many elements and there are according to the elements there are subset. Any subset, we have any subset in the form of relation. So that subset is called the Cartesian product. Okay. Now we will start the types of relation. Types of relation that is important according to your class 12. These are the basic concepts which you all have done in class 11. Okay. Now come to the basics new terms, that is types of relations. Types of relations, there are so many, 6 or 7 types. First is empty relation. Empty means you can say that void. There is nothing in the set. Okay, I will define the set on a single set. A relation R, relation capital R on a set capital A is called empty set if no element of A is related to any element of A. That means phi is the subset or equals to of A cross A. There is nothing in the set. For example, we have one set, that A, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a relation defined on this set is R. R is A comma B, and A minus B is equals to 12. Is there any two element? Is any out of these 5? Is there any element after subtracting that two elements whose subtraction, whose remainder is 12? Is there any element? No, because when we subtract 1 or 2 we get 1. When we subtract 1, 3 we get 2, and 3 and 4 so on, but not 12. That means A minus B never be equals to 12. We observe. That means we observe. That means R is empty relation. Empty relation. There is not any element in the relation. This means it is empty relation. Now come to the universal relation. What is universal relation? That means you already have studied, you already has done the definitions in the set in class 11. What are that definitions? In that definition we have universal set also. So today we have another definition, that is universal relation. Universal relation, very easy definition. Second, universal relation. Universal relation. Again we have the same definition, little bit different. A relation R on the set A is called universal relation. Universal relation if each element of A is related to every element of A. That means that is A cross A is a subset and equals to of A cross A. Every element related to A. For example, we have one set, that is A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Right? And we have relation R defined on this set, that is A comma B, and modulus of A minus B greater than equals to 0. Every element when subtracted we get the positive result because of this modulus. That means every element satisfies this inequality. That means this implies R is universal relation. Right? Because all the elements satisfy this inequality which is present in the relation, and all the elements come into this A. That means this is a universal relation. Now come to the third, that is identity relation. Third is identity relation. What is identity relation? Identity relation is, let A is non-empty set. Identity relation. Third is identity relation. Identity relation, let A be any set, any non-empty set. Non-empty set. Then I of A, identity element of A is equals to A comma A, where A belongs to capital A, is called identity element. Identity relation, not element. Relation, identity relation. For example, we have a set A, that is 1, 2, 3. Then I of A is equals to 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Okay, let us suppose we have one relation R1 that have two elements 1, 1 and 2, 2. And the second element R2, that is second relation. We suppose R1 and R2. The second relation is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 and 1, 3. Right? But these two are not identity relations. Not identity relations. Why? Why it is not an identity relation? Because in the set 1, 2, 3, we have three. In the set A, we have three elements. There is 3, 3 not present in this set. That means in R1, 3, 3 does not belongs to R. Does not belongs to R. Therefore, not identity relation. Okay. In R2, there are three elements present, but one should not be related to 3. It is 1, 1, but it should not be 1, 3. 1, 3 should not be present in the set. The 1, 3 should not be. Should not be in the set. Okay, therefore that's why in R2 this not be present, that does not make it identity. This is also not identity because 3, 3 is not present. We don't want this 1, 3 to make it identity relation. Okay, now come to the fourth relation, that is reflexive. Now come to that types which are very, very important according to the CBSE exam. Okay, according to the CBSE exam, that are very, very important. First is reflexive relation. Reflexive. This is the fourth type and is very, very important. I have already come to the fourth, that is reflexive relation. Reflexive relation. Very easy. Reflexive. Let us suppose when A related to A. A is related to A means A comma A belongs to R. Then it is said to be R is reflexive. Reflexive. Now reflexive and identity make the confusion in your mind. What is the difference between identity and reflexive relation? It is reflexive relation. Now come to the difference. For example, we have a set A that is 1, 2 and 3. Okay. R that is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 and 1, 3 is a reflexive relation because for these three elements we want 1, 1, 2, 2 and 3, 3. It is compulsory except these if there are so many ordered pair, so it is possible in reflexive, but it is not possible in identity relation. Identity relation wants only 1, 1, 2, 2 and 3, 3, not 1, 3. It is a reflexive relation. This is the basic difference between identity and reflexive relation. Now come to the symmetric relation. Symmetric relation. What is symmetric relation? Relation says that if R related to B, A related to B, and we will prove B related to A. That means if AB related to R and we will prove BA also related to R, so we can say that R is symmetric relation. Symmetric relation. Okay, now come to the example. Without example, the terms will not be clear to you. So we have a relation, again one set and relation R, that is 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 2, 4, 1 and 3, 1. Yes, it is symmetric because if 1, 3 is there, 3, 1 is also there. If 1, 4 is there, 4, 1 is also there and 2, 1, 2 are related to itself. So that means R is symmetric. Right? So this is symmetric relation. Now come to the transitive. What is transitive relation? Transitive relation is also very important, and in that relation we have to use two things to prove the third one. Okay, we have to take two terms to prove the third term, third identity. What is that identity? What is that term? A transitive. What is transitive? That is sixth. Sixth is transitive. Transitive relation. What is transitive relation? In a transitive relation, if A related to B and B related to C, and we will prove that A related to C, so we can say that this is transitive relation. Means if AB belongs to R and it is also given BC belongs to R, and we will prove AC belongs to R, then R is transitive. Transitive. Okay, for example, if there are X, Y and Z, three elements in a set A, and X is less than Y and Y is less than Z. Okay, so it is obvious that X is less than Z. That means if a relation defined X is less than Y, Y is less than Z, so X is less than Z, then we can say that the relation one is less than the other. That means there have two elements, we have two elements X and Y, that X is less than Y, so we will have Y is less than Z, and so this is R is transitive. Okay, transitive. So these are the transitive relation. Now the combination of these three, reflexive, transitive and symmetric relation, the combination of these three is known as equivalence relation. What is equivalence relation? That is very, very important. On the basis of equivalence relation, we have a choice in board exam. Always there is one question from relation and function. There is internal choice. Either you have to solve the equivalence relations question or bijective. Okay, that is on the basis of 1 on 2. Okay, now equivalence relation, that is 8th. 8th is equivalence relation. This is 7th. Equivalence relation. Equivalence relation, what is equivalence? A relation R is said to be equivalence if first of all it is reflexive, second it is symmetric, and third it is transitive. If three relation it will hold, it satisfies these three relations, reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then it is said to be equivalence relation. A relation is said to be equivalence only in these three cases, when it satisfies these three properties. Now question, show that relation R that is 1 1 2 2 3 3 1 2 2 3 is reflexive but neither symmetric nor transitive. Question demands to show that. So how to do the solution? Yes, R is because 1 1 2 2 2 2 3 3. These three belongs to R. This implies R is reflexive. Okay. Now next 1 2 is belongs to R, but 2 1 does not belongs to R. Therefore, R is not symmetric. Right? Now the third property. 1, 2 belongs to R. 2, 3 also belongs to R. But 1, 3, 1 and 3 does not belongs to R. That means R is not transitive. So this is the way to show the relations, to make your definitions clear in your mind. Learn this definition, understand this definition. After that we will do the questions. Okay, thank you.